Kingdom Hearts is a franchise with a lot of parallels. It's no wonder fans brainstorm and craft theories connecting dots and threads, trying to predict a new twist or potential reveal later down the line. There's even the saying that nothing is a coincidence in Kingdom Hearts, and everything is connected. Yet, I can't help but want two things to stay separate, particularly two characters to stay separate. While the connections coming back around is one of the coolest things the series has to offer, I can't lie when I say there's some things I'm a bit fatigued about. Roxas and Ventus sharing their appearance was a cool twist due to it being so new to the franchise. The Xehanort and Ansem the Wise twist in Kingdom Hearts 2 was brilliant and genuinely interesting when learning about our primary antagonist. But when Union Cross came out, first thing I saw many people do was parallel the Union leaders to current-day Kingdom Hearts characters. While this is harmless and for fun, I do think it would really be lazy for all of them to resemble characters we already know. Kingdom Hearts does have a bad habit of having too many characters in its cast, which is why a lot of these characters likely share similar designs or different versions of one another. But at some point, it seems to get stale, for me personally at least. And I know I'm not the only one who shares that opinion. Theorizing is part of the fun in media, especially long-running franchises with new stuff coming out, leaving threads for us to tie together. So I can't blame anyone for doing this. I do it myself. But the main character design connection / resemblance I see theorized about is the one I personally dislike the most. That being Ava's face is the same as Naminé's. On the surface, I see why people like this theory. It would give explanation to why Naminé looks so much different from Kairi despite being her nobody. And as mentioned before, we already have similar explanation with Sora and Roxas' design differences via the inclusion of Ventus. Naminé is the only other nobody character to not resemble their somebody, unless you argue about Xion. But I would personally say she isn't that different looking from Kairi, and the game does explain her appearance. There's been other theories for why Naminé appears the way she does, besides the vague lore of because her birth was kinda weird and not supposed to ever happen because Kairi's a princess of heart, yada yada yada. The one I see commented on the most is that Ventus residing in Sora's heart influenced Naminé's appearance. Another one is how because Kairi lacked darkness in her heart, Naminé is light despite being a nobody, so that's why she has a light color scheme. A lot of very simple answers to unanswered questions. But the theory of Ava and Naminé having a connection rubs me a bit the wrong way, personally. And I should probably mention that a lot of this is self-indulgent in interviews with how I view Naminé as a character personally, and why I relate to her. I don't dislike the theory outright, or blame anyone that's on board with it, because it is a cool theory, but I just wanted to shed some light on why I personally do not believe it, and I don't really want it to happen unless it's implemented really well. This video is in no way meant to diminish the theory itself, or the people who support it or really want this to happen, or hope it makes it into the future titles, by the way. I hope while I explain my personal distaste, it comes off as respectful and just as someone expressing an opposite opinion, and not as me being correct or a better fan or anything like that compared to other people. The point of this video is just to share my insight on the theory, as I don't think it's really been talked about much publicly by anyone else, and to a lesser extent, it extends to the entire franchise overall, so yeah. Now, back to the theory points and what I think about them. A main selling point of this theory is just because, from what I understand at least, people just really like Ava and want her to be connected to the modern day cast somehow. It's mostly just people pointing out similarities between the two, with the crux being that Ava somehow has her heart residing inside a Kairi, thus influencing how Naminé looks. Some people also seem to think it's less about the designs, but more so about history repeating itself, looking at the past character dynamics of the Union leaders and compare it to the current cast and craft more theories that way. Which the games themselves had done with dynamics like Sora and Riku against the Wayfinder trio and Keyblade's ruining friendships, for example. So this alone's fine, in my opinion. What I don't particularly like, though, is people insisting on this theory because of Ava's Keyblade. Her Keyblade design has a lot of pastel colors in a cloud wave shape, and since Kairi's name means sea and Naminé means sounds of waves respectively in Japanese, people have attached to the idea of this being a clue to Ava and Naminé's connection. Also, the fact that Ava's Keyblade is the only one without the dark part on the hilt could be a clue about pure light and relating to Kairi and Naminé somehow. I think this is more meant to parallel Ava to the pure light characters, as opposed to saying she has a one-to-one connection to them. Or rather, it's to signal Ava's position in the story of Union Cross's story, given her selfless nature and her being the leader of the Dandelions. Of course, it could be both, and only time will tell. Another big reason I see people wanting this connection is to explain why Ventus was never found in Castle Oblivion. A big question a lot of Kingdom Hearts fans have is, how did Naminé not know about Ven in Castle Oblivion when her powers are connected to Sora and everyone connected to him? The short answer is likely because it wasn't plot convenient and BBS wasn't written yet, but in-universe, Aqua casts a barrier spell on Ven in Castle Oblivion so no one can find him except for her. In Chain of Memories and Reverse Rebirth, we see many cutscenes of rooms Sora never steps foot in, rooms only we see certain organization members occupy, but not other members, even Riku reaching rooms only he's been depicted in. I think it's safe to imply the labyrinthian layout of the castle combined with Aqua's spell is why it was never found, even if Naminé did know about Ven sleeping in the castle. Sora and Riku's journeys in Castle Oblivion had specific missions related to them, so why would they go searching for a guy they have no idea about? There was more pressing matters at hand at the time. And again, the future games most likely weren't planned out or written yet. Now, I'm going to explain my more personal gripes about this theory, and I will admit, a lot of this is deeply because of my own feelings and how I relate to Naminé so greatly as a character. Growing up and loving this character for over 15 years, only for something to be thrown in and completely change core parts of stuff you feel seen in, I think that's something a lot of people would struggle with. Especially when even playing through other games, people will be upset a character plotline doesn't end up going in the direction the player hopes for. Having a character with established stories, personality traits, and dynamics suddenly being flipped around and put in a new context isn't always going to be received well. And my stance comes from a place of adoration for the franchise, and the characters written in it. So I just hope people hear me out and can respect my point of view. Naminé, to me, is very relatable for a variety of reasons, and I think she's very complex with a lot of her potential not getting explored in the story. She grew up lonely, being held against her will to commit acts she didn't want to do, while also having a tiny part of her enjoy the affection she was receiving, even if it was fake. Replacing herself to be loved and wanted felt wrong, because she knew it was wrong, but she also couldn't deny it felt good at the same time. She wanted friends, real connections, and for people to care about her. Guilt ate her up inside, despite wanting these people to still care about her. I don't exist in anyone's heart. I don't exist anywhere. It's both literal and metaphorical. Her morality is skewed, and she feels like she has to atone for things she did, even though she wanted them. The layers of the disgust, the fear, and the truth of the situation versus her wanting the connection, to not be lonely. Feeling happy that there's people who want to save her are so nuanced. We know she's good in the end, and that she wants to be good, even if she views herself as a sinner. But even good people have darkness in them. Her powers could be used for good or for evil, and we see her use them in both ways. This idea, tied with her angelic imagery, the cage symbolism to show purity trapped against its will, was always something I really loved about her character. She was so deeply sad, despite everything about her design being shown to be the opposite. Nomura has said he designed Naminé the way he did to resemble a ghost, to look as if she's fading away. She isn't tangible and could easily slip out of our grasp. Translucent, like you blink and she's gone. Because she's only half a person, not meant to be here. Without divulging too much of my personal life in this video that thousands of people will probably see, I will just simply say that Naminé has been very, very relatable to me since I first met her back in the early 2010s when I first got into the Kingdom Hearts series. Immediately, she caught my eye with her very simple design, because despite the simplicity, she still stands out. Learning her story only made me love her more, and I truly saw a lot of myself in her. Her gentle nature, despite being an antagonist, was so compelling, because you still wanted to root for her and free her from her situation. You wanted to save her, despite knowing the bad things she did. She's powerful without being a fighter or having a keyblade, and she does the hard work to make amends for her actions, even as she thinks it's the bare minimum of what she can do to fix things. I think a lot of people relate to feeling trapped, to want someone to be the hero and to save them. Naminé has that own indulgence, but realizes it's not realistic, and that she has to do things herself too. She is manipulative as a byproduct of her environment and her upbringing, but her motives aren't malicious, they're just selfish. But not selfish enough to view her poorly, you just feel bad for her. Everyone needs friends, it's a fundamental part of existence, so we almost can't blame her for what she's done, even if she was doing these things mostly against her will. Her unique design and abilities contribute to her standout presence amongst the series' ever-growing cast. Naminé already is a character that often gets overshadowed by others, and the games can't seem to stop adding more and more and more people for us to remember and keep in our minds for plot points going forward. Heck, most people don't even seem to realize how truly powerful Naminé is from the start. She can create memories. All she needs is a memory from Sora or someone else connected to him. Think about how many people Sora has connected with. She could potentially control someone like Maleficent, or even Xemnas with those rules. The amount of people wanting Naminé to have a Keyblade and use this theory to push that ability onto her feels undermining. Axel got a Keyblade, and look what happened to him. I feel like connecting her to another character so deeply when she already has ties to Sora, Kairi, Roxas, and arguably Xion and Repliku would just take away what little agency she has left on her own. In retrospect, it would make Naminé, and by extension Ava, less unique, in my opinion. Personally, I like Naminé having a different design just because her existence is strange and was an accident. Her story is still impactful all these years later, because most of us at one point feel trapped and lonely, and long to be closer to the people around us. Ava's unique because of her creating the dandelions and being the odd one out of the foretellers. And I really don't want so many unique characters being unique because of a tie together making them unique, as opposed to just having interesting characters exist among each other. Regardless, connections are a founding point of the franchise, and it's what's kept the narrative going for decades now. But some connections are best made along a journey instead of at the start of one, or even before it starts. I'm sure no matter where the story takes Naminé, I'll likely enjoy it. Heck, I might even enjoy this theory, depending on the execution. Until then, I can only hope these girls can have their own standout moments to continue shining on their own, side by side. Be safe, stay hydrated, take care of yourselves, and may your heart be your guiding key. Happy March Caprice!